my darklings, do sit closer. Yes, closer. Tonight, the air feels heavier, doesn't it? Almost as if it's pressing against your chest, urging you to stop. Breathe. Our story tonight ventures into a very peculiar loop. But loops, as I'm sure you've guessed by now, are not always comforting. Allow me to craft you a tale born from a haunting question. What if tomorrow never came? Or worse, what if it already had? Again, and again, and again. Imagine, if you will, an unassuming young man named Oliver. An ordinary soul, overly practical, his life measured in alarm clocks, coffee breaks, and spreadsheets. But know this, my lovelies, the universe rarely tolerates uniformity for too long. One particularly drab evening, as the rain slid down his apartment windows in shimmering trails, Oliver's phone gave a discordant chime. Odd, since it was off. The text read, "Don't go to sleep tonight." Cryptic, yes, but also utterly ridiculous in the way cryptic warnings tend to be. Oliver laughed, tossed the phone aside, and soon succumbed to a heavy, dreamless slumber. But oh, when he woke, he didn't know it just yet, but the unraveling of his reality had begun. Everything about Oliver's day felt slightly off. The peculiar smell of ozone that clung to his workspace, conversations that dissolved mid-sentence, people staring a second too long before turning away like frightened prey. The oddities built up slowly, like a spider spinning a complex web unnoticed until it is all around you. And then night came again, as it inevitably does. Once more, as Oliver prepared to sleep, his phone chimed, though he knew for certain this time it was powered off. The same message blinked on the screen, but it carried an addition. "You've already made the mistake once. Stay awake." A chill passed over him, not from the room's temperature, but from that visceral, unnameable intuition that whispers something primal into your ear. He decided to ignore it, dismissing it all as an elaborate prank, maybe even a virus infecting his phone. As his head touched the pillow, darkness embraced him, only for him to snap awake in what felt like mere seconds. Light flooded the room. It was morning. Just morning. But wasn't it the same morning as yesterday? The neighbors downstairs began arguing, precisely at the same moment, with the same words. The black cat with the limp crossed his driveway at the same time as it had yesterday. No, today. And when he reached the office, the conversations, meetings, every email mimicry. Was this déjà vu? Or was it something much darker? Ah, but my inquisitive souls. When do we stop brushing the surface of nightmares and realize we have fallen through to their most jagged depths? You see, Oliver's days ceaselessly repeated, but never in the same innocuous manner. Over time, fragments of his reality decayed, objects misplaced, faces distorted into grotesque masks of their former selves, buildings smudging into and out of existence. He was no longer merely living the same day. He was living the collapse of it. Imagine, if you dare, waking up but not truly waking up. Instead, your eyes open to a reality crumpling in on itself. Each attempt to scream swallowed by a world that has long ceased to recognize you. This, my dear listeners, was Oliver's endless waking. One evening, or perhaps it was the same evening for the 100th cycle, Oliver stared at his reflection in the bathroom mirror. It was wrong, twisted, shadowed, as though another version of him was clawing to escape from the other side. That's when he heard it. The knock. Slow, relentless, coming not from his front door but from inside his closet. What would you have done, my curious little moths? Because Oliver... Oh, he opened it, and therein stood himself. Not younger, not older, not altered, just him. the version who had first received that cryptic text. "You should have stayed awake the first time," this inhuman reflection hissed, a bitterness curling the edges of his lips into something that wasn't quite a smile. Then, with a lunge, they blurred together into a single, horrific wail. Oliver woke up again. Light flooded the room, as always. But this time, it was utterly silent. No neighbors, no black cat, no world beyond his apartment window. Just static, and a phone glowing with one final message. "You've missed your chance. Always remember, oblivion is patient." And now you'll be relieved to know that Oliver, if he exists anymore, no longer goes to sleep. But neither will he ever truly wake. Unsettling, isn't it? But isn't that the hallmark of all good stories? To leave you both craving closure and wishing you'd never known it existed. So tonight, my darkling, heed this tale well. And as you close your eyes, ask yourself this haunting question. What day will you be waking up to tomorrow? Sweet dreams, or perhaps endless ones.